Namaskar. Practices of Warren Hastings. The arrival of Warren Hastings in Bengal as governor of the presidency of Fort William in 1772 proved to be a turning point in this direction. The same year, the company was ordered by the court of directors to stand forth as Diwan, which meant the termination of system of dual government and imposition of an administrative task upon the commercial man, and thus the foundation of civil service was formally laid. According to Englishmen were to be appointed as collectors in district under the overall control of a board of revenue at Calcutta, a weak system of rightly characterized by Hastings as petty tyrants and heavy rulers of the people. The foundation of the civil service in the modern sense was nonetheless laid down during his regime. Hastings, having proficiency in Bengali, Urdu, Persian, understood the relationship between on on a between on acculturated civil servant and an efficient one, and accordingly emphasized on creation of an orientalized elite club of the civil servants competent in Indian languages and responsible to Indian tradition. B. He made efforts at lifting the moral tone and intellectual standards of servants. The thugs were abolished in 1773, and those engaged in the private trade had to pay a tribute of 2.5% to the Board of Customs. C. Hastings separated the revenue and commercial branches as also revenue from the judicial functioning. D. The regulation of Act of the Regulating Act of 1773 prohibited all officials of the company, from the Governor General and his councillors and Chief Justice and other judges of the Supreme Court downwards, from accepting gifts, donations, gratuity, and rewards. If found guilty of doing so, they could be legally convicted by Supreme Court or the Court of the Mayor. In 1781, revenue and judicial administration in districts were entrusted to English officials, which was the beginning of the nucleus of the civil service, with the systematization and specialization of functions essential to such service. F. By Pitt's India Act of 1784, they were provided with definite scales of pay and emoluments. Practices of Cornwallis. Thus Hastings laid the foundation on which Cornwallis built a superstructure. Cornwallis, who came to India as Governor General in 1786, was determined to purify the administration. He enforced the rule against private trade and acceptance of presents and bribes by officials with strictness. He raised the salaries. B. He raised the salaries of civil servants with the fact in mind that the company's servants would not give honest and efficient service so long as they were not given adequate salaries. Collector of a district was therefore to be paid Rs 1500 a month and a 1% commission on revenue collection of his district. In fact, company's civil service now became the highest paid service in the world. C. Cornwallis also laid down that promotion in the civil service would be by seniority, so that its officials, its member, would remain independent of outside influence. D. A special feature of the Indian civil service since the days of Cornwallis was the rigid and complete exclusion of Indians from it. Indians from it was laid officially in 1793 that all higher posts in administration worth more than $500 a year in salary were to be paid by Englishmen. This policy was also applied to other branches of administration and government, such as the army, police, judiciary, engineering, etc. He reduced the number of collectors from 36 to 23. F. He organized the administration of 4 divisions: 1. Public or general, 2. Revenue, 3. Judicial, and 4. Commercial. धन्यवाद. Thank you so much.